Hi, grade 7. We're gonna continue the second part of this first lesson in our fourth quarter. It was about Saudi Arabia and Iraq, Iran. This time we're gonna talk about two main things: climate and vegetation, also about resources. Climate and vegetation. In this region, it has desert climate. And to understand what is the desert climate, we need to know that it gets very, very hot in the daytime and gets very, very cold at the night time. So we understand how the desert climate works: very hot and very cold in one day. Then the Rub Khali Desert in Saudi Arabia is world's largest sand desert, as we're gonna see now. Here, as we see, very enormous, vast sand in Rub Khali, and in English it's empty quarter. Why does it took this name? Because it has so little life. So some areas with plateaus and mountains get rain or snow in winter. Some mountain peaks get more than 50 inches of rain a year. Trees grow in these areas. They also grow in oases in the desert. At an oasis, underground water bubbles up. Some plants also grow in parts of the desert. Their roots either go very deep or spread out very fast to get as much water as they can. So as we can see here, the mountains peaks or plateaus peaks get rainwater or snow. That's why we can find here trees, plants, and so on. And the oasis also in the desert, in the sand, in the middle of the desert, you will find beside it some trees, palm trees, plants, because it can get water from this oasis. Now we're gonna talk about the two important resources in this region. One of them is the water. And the water, one of this region's two most valuable resources, but water is scarce. Scarce means rare. Some places in the desert have springs that give water. These are, for example, the springs. Wells also provide water. Some wells are dug into dry stream beds. As we see here, these two sides are the dry stream beds, and people can dig the wells on these two sides. That's the well. Other wells go very deep underground. These often get fossil water, and that is the fossil water. And this water is not replaced by the rain. So these wells will run dry over time. Sometime will be dry. So that's the first resource, or the first valuable resource. The second one is the oil. The oil is the region's other important resource. This resource is plentiful, not like the water. The water was rare, but this resource is plentiful. Oil has brought wealth to countries that have oil fields, but oil can be replaced once it's taken. That's we can say about it. That is non-renewable resource. Too much drilling for oil, as we see here, may cause problems in the future. So we have finished this lesson, and that was the second part. You will find in your book, page 69. Let's answer these questions. Is the desert always hot? Explain your answer. Of course, it is not hot. It can be hot on the daytime, but in the nighttime it can be very cold. Underline the sentence that explains how desert plants get water. It can get water from two places, or it can grow in two places. On the peak of the mountains or plateaus, because they can get water from the rain or the snow, or through the oases. With the oasis, you can find the water go up on the surface, on the sand of the desert, so it can get water beside it. The third question: circle two important resources in this region. They are, of course, the water and oil. Thank you very much, guys, and wait for me for the next video. Will be lesson 2.